what is up guys, Phoenix here, and welcome back to another part of our pixel art tutorial for Zenitsu from Demon Slayer. So, I think we have maybe one or two more parts left to go. I probably should have lengthened one of the other parts just so that this one could be done a lot sooner. But we're going to just jump right into this one, so that way I have no regrets. So where I'm going to go is, let's see, I don't have anything marked out actually. We can do the left eyebrow, but we don't have a place to start. Let's go to the right eyebrow and start from there actually, since we already have some dirt blocks on the right side that we can work with. So if you guys followed along correctly, you should have this dirt block right here with the 2 flat, and this other one down here for the R shape. We're going to go to the 2 flat first and work with that. So let's go over to it and delete them. Look at the right hand camera screen if you need to find it. And all we're going to do is go down and to the right from it, 2 singles, 1, 2, down into the right 2 flat, 1, 2, down into the right 3 singles, 1, 2, 3, down into the right 3 flat, 1, 2, 3, and from that 3 flat we're going to do 2 things. You can see from the thumbnail that there's an eyebrow, then there's like this weird line above his eyelashes, and then the eye. So we're going to kind of bridge into that weird line that leads to his eye right now. So on the left side of this 3 flat, we're going to go down into the left 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. And from that 3 flat, we're then going to go down into the right 1 single on the right side, like so. And then we can kind of leave that alone for now. If you want, we can mark it so we can come back to it later. Just in case if we need to use it for the eye, but we might not. Anyways, let's go back to this 3 flat, and on the right side of it now, we're going to go down into the right 5 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up into the right 2 vertical, so placement block to the top or right side. 1, 2. Up into the left 2 vertical. 1, 2. And from that 2 vertical, we're going to then go to the bottom block, and we're going to put 3 extra coals to the left. 1, 2, 3. Now we have this weird L shape. We can either work with this top block right here, or we can go to the left side and continue with that. We're going to finish up the left side by just going up into the left 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. And then deleting that dirt block and going back to the right side to work with this top block. From this top block, we're going to go up into the left 3 vertical, so place a block on top. 1, 2, 3. Then from that top block in, that 3 vertical, we're going to add an extra 5 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're also going to go up into the right 3 singles from it. So going back to this original block that we put the 5 to the left from, we're then going to go up into the right 3 singles from it. So 1, 2, 3. Perfect. And you can see it met up with the wall over there, so that's good. All we're going to do from there is actually, there is a small line we can include. So if you go to the 3 singles we just placed, if we go to the first one in it, we can switch to our coal and put 1 coal on top. And then we can go up and to the left 1 single from that. And that should meet up at the diagonal again. So that's pretty much it for this eyebrow. There are some small details we need to add because his hair does have a split between orange and yellow. So we're going to handle that right now in this eyebrow. We'll probably handle the orange and yellow split in the hair in the final part of the tutorial. So going to this top part of the eyebrow where we had the part where we added the 5 to the left. So right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What we're then going to do is go all the way to the left side and go up into the left 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. And then what you can do is you can go into your inventory and grab orange concrete. And we're going to work with that right here. We're going to line out where the orange concrete goes, and you can see where it separates in his eyebrow. So where we just placed the 3 flat right here, what we can do is go to the right side of it and put 1 placement block to the right, then an orange concrete like so. And from this orange concrete, we're going to do a few things. First, above it, we're going to go up into the right 2 vertical. So placement block on top or to the right side. 1, 2. Then we're going to go back to the single now. And below this coal that's below it, we're going to add another orange concrete to the bottom to kind of extend through. We're then going to go down into left 1 single. So placement block 1. And then going through this coal again, we're going to go below it and put 2 vertical oranges. So 1, 2. If you wanted to color the eyebrow right now, everything to the right would be orange concrete, while everything to the left would be a yellow. All right, and that's just the way we're going to separate the eyebrow. We're going to do the same thing for the hair later, so just hopefully you're able to follow along. And you can see this little top corner wedge of the eyebrow right here is orange as well. Make sure you don't miss that. Okay, so now almost 1, 2, 3, 4 segments colored in with orange. So make sure you have that done correctly. Everything to the left would be yellow concrete. I'm not going to color that in right now because it's not really too important. What we can now do, however, is we can drop down to this 3 flat and this single we marked earlier and use it to jump into the right eye. So let's go there. And from this 3 flat, what we can do is delete these placement blocks, and we're going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 placement blocks to the left of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like so. And from those 5 placement blocks, we're going to go up and to the left from this ending. 3 flat with coal. 1, 2, 3, like so. And then we're going to connect it to the wall by going down and to left 1 single. Perfect. Going back to that original 3 flat and the single that we used to bridge, we're going to go underneath this block all the way on the left, so this one right here. And we're going to put 2 placement blocks underneath it. 1, 2. And then a coal underneath that. Pause if you need to, make sure you're caught up. From that 1 underneath we just placed, we're going to add 1 to the left. And 2 to the right. 1, 2. And we can use this to make the eyelash now, and then work our way into the eye. So, now that we have this 4 flat segment right here, I'm going to work with the right side of it. So let's go all the way to the right. And we're going to be going down into the right 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. Placement block on the end. Down into the right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 singles now. And that's with coal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Perfect. And from those 6 singles, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the bottom block in it. So this one all the way down here. Switch over to our placement block, and I'm going to put 4 placement blocks going straight up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then a coal on top of that. And from that coal on top, what we're going to do is put 1 to the left, so that it becomes a 2 flat segment. And now from the left block in the 2 flat segment, we're going to go up into the left 1 single. So placement block 1. And from the right block in the 2 blocks, the 2 flat, we're going to go below it and go down into the right 3 singles. So placement block underneath. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. So now we're pretty much done with all of the weird detail on the right side of the eye, other than the eyeball itself, which is what we're shaping out with these 5 singles. So after we're done with those 5 singles, what we're going to do is we're going to go down into the right from it, 2 vertical. So placement block 1, 2. And then down into right 2 singles. 1, 2. And that's good to go. We also have to start thickening up some of this eyelash stuff. So what I want to do is we're going to, before we work on the rest of the eye, I want to do the left side and then worry about thickening it up first. So let's go all the way back up to where we had this 4 flat at the top right here. Let me just backtrack. And we're going to do the left side now. So going down to the left from the left side, we're going to go down to the left 4 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Placement block on the end. Down into left 2 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. Placement block. 1, 2, that's 2. Down into left 2 vertical. 1, 2. Down into left 1 single. 1. And you can see it met up with that weird R shape we had marked earlier at the diagonal. And that's perfect. That R shape was actually a part of the eyelash all along. And we're actually going to use that to make sure we thicken up the eyebrows. First, for something to work with, however, with the R shape that we had, hopefully you can see it still. If we go to this bottom left block, or this just single on the bottom we had right here, what we can do is switch to our white concrete and actually go down into the right 9 vertical from it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that'll be a perfect point to start off the pupil once we're ready to work with that. But instead, what we're going to do is go back up to the R shape still, and we're going to double up the lines and just kind of thicken things up. So let me just give you a second. Yeah, okay. I'm just making sure that I'm working with the right blocks. So from this top right block in this R shape that we have marked out, we're going to go up and to the right from it, 3 singles. And I suggest marking some of these blocks as you work with them, just so you can see how they work. So 1, 2, 3. Because since it's so close to these blocks above it, you don't want to mistake them. We can fill in this gap if we want. From those 3 singles, we're going to go up into the right 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. Up into the right 8 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you can see there's more gaps here now. We can fill in this single right here. Whoops. With coal. And then this, I think that's 4 flat we just filled in. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. From the end of that 8 flat, we're going to go down into the right 2 flat 2 times in a row. So place a block underneath. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. I'm going to mark those as well. Down into the right 2 singles. 1, 2. Down into the right 2 flat. 1. And the second block's already there, so that's perfect. And we're actually done right there. What we can then do is from the 2 flat we just created, or since the right block was already there, technically we only placed this left block to it. We can go to this right block in the 2 flat, and we're going to put 6 pieces of white concrete below it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go back and delete all these extra dirt blocks and fill in the gaps with coal wherever they need to be filled in for this thickened line of the eyelash or the upper brow. And then we can go to the left side where we have this 9 vertical white concrete and work with that. So let's go to the bottom, put a placement block down there, and we can go down into the right 2 vertical 2 times in a row with white concrete. 1, 2, that's 1. Placement block on the bottom. 1, 2, that's 2. Down into the right 2 singles. 1, 2. From the second single, or this lower one right here, we're going to put an extra block underneath, but that's going to actually be coal. So you can see we have that now. And from that coal underneath, we're going to put 3 to the right. 1, 2, 3. From this new coal segment, we're going to go down into the right 6 flat. Place a block underneath or to the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we're going to find the 3rd and 4th block, where there's the 2 middle blocks in that 6 flat. And we're going to make sure to put an extra coal underneath each of those. 1, 1. Going to the end of the 6 flat, we're going to go up into the right 4 flat. So place a block to the top or right side. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then what we're going to do is switch back to our white concrete. And above this final block in the 4 flat, we're just going to put 1 white concrete on top. We're then going to go up into the right 2 singles with white concrete. So 1, 2. Up into the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. And then finally up into the right 4 vertical. And this should connect at the diagonal. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. So looking at the right hand camera screen, this looks really good actually. We're just missing the pupil. And then we can actually go onto the nose and even the left eye. So let's work on the right eye pupil right now. We're going to go back to this center or bottom part. And let's go to this 4 flat of coal on the left side. And starting from the left side of this 4 flat, we're going to find the second block. So this one right next to the white concrete. And we're going to put 2 coals going straight up. 1, 2. We're then going to go up into the left 2 vertical with coal again. 1, 2. Up into the left 6 vertical with coal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Up into the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Up into the right 1 single. Up into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Up into the right 2 flat. 1, 2. Place some block to the top or right side so we can go up into the right 3 flat. 1, 2. Whoops. 2, 3. And now this is kind of like the top part of the pupil, so we're going to only start rounding it back down and then doing the inner lines of it. So let's go underneath with our placement block and go down into the right 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. Down into the right 1 single. Down into the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Placement block underneath. Down into the right 5 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And from the 5 vertical, what I want you to do is find the center block, or just this 3rd one from the top or bottom. And we're going to mark it because we're going to come back to it in a second. what we're first going to do is bring the end of the 5 blocks, this 5 vertical, all the way back down and complete the circle. But I just want you to have this marked so we can work with it. So at the bottom of the 5 vertical, we're going to go down and to left 4 vertical now. So placement block underneath. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down to left 2 vertical. 1, 2. And then we're going to connect back to the base by going down and to left 1 single. Perfect. So you can see it has a nice little oval shape from the right-hand camera screen, which is good. All we need to do is go back to that center block we marked in the 5 vertical and start shaping out the inner detail, and then we'll be completely done with this eye and we can move on to the next one. So let's go to the left of this 5 vertical and put 3 coals to the left. 1, 2, 3. Place one block on the end and go up into the left 7 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Place one block at the end, and then we'll go down into left 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. And that connects to the wall. Now from the 3 flat we just placed, we'll go to this block all the way on the right side that's still at the diagonal to the 7 flat, and we're going to go underneath it and put 1 extra placement block below it, then a coal underneath it, and from that coal we're going to put 1 below it, and then we're going to add an extra 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now this shape is kind of symmetrical, so you can see we have this extra 1 hanging below on the left side. We're going to put an extra 1 hanging below all the way on the right side over here. On the left side, we're going to go down into the right 2 flat, so placement block 1, 2. On the right side, we're going to go down into the left 2 flat, 1, 2. And then we're going to bridge these 2 just by going either down into the right 2 flat or down into the left 2 flat, depending on what side you're working with, like so. And that's it for the right eye. Now let's go on to the left eye now, and the left eye is a little bit more difficult because we actually don't have a starting place for it, but we did do a piece of the eyebrow. If you go up into this top left corner, you can see there's this weird triangle that we have kind of just right here. I don't know if you can see me on the right hand camera screen. I'm going to place some blocks inside the triangle so you can see what we're talking about. This is the weird triangle right here. This is actually his forehead skin. So below it, this line that we have right here with this 4 flat, this 2, and then 2 sets of 3s. This is actually his eyebrow. So since it's not even clearly developed yet, what we can do is work with that right now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the left side of this this little marked out shape where we have this 4 flat, and all the way on this left block over here, we're gonna put 2 placement blocks below it, 1, 2, and then a coal underneath that, and we are good to start working with that. Alright, so from that 1 coal we have now, we're going to go down into the right 4 singles. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's clearly 5 of them in a row, even though we had 1 and then added 4 after that. And we're going to do a bit of backtracking because I want to go to this second one from the top, so this one right here. And we're going to put an extra 6 pieces of coal to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's that. We can now go and continue with this bottom set right here, and we're going to go down into the right from it 3 vertical, so place a block on the bottom or right side. 1, 2, 3. And from the 3 vertical, we can do 2 things. First, from the top block in it, we can add an extra 6 to the right again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But also from the bottom block, we can continue the shape by going down into the left 2 vertical. 1, 2. From that 2 vertical, we're going to do another splitting, kind of like what we did with the 3 vertical right here, except it's all going to happen on this bottom block. So first from this bottom block, we're going to put 2 coals to the right, 1, 2. We're then going to go up into the right 3 flat, 1, 2, 3, placement block on the end, and then up into the right 6 flat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. Now we can go back to this 2 vertical, and the bottom block that we just added the 2 flat to the right of, we're instead going to put a placement block underneath, and we're going to go down into the left 3 vertical, 1, 2, 3. And from this 3 vertical, we're then going to go to this bottom block and add an extra 8 blocks to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. Now that you have this stretched out, we're going to go to this final block And we're going to put 2 placement blocks underneath it. 1, 2, and then a coal underneath that. And we're going to mark that coal so we can come back to it later. We're just going to leave it kind of floating there for now. Instead, we're going to go back up to this 8 flat to the right we added. And we're going to put a placement block on the top or right side and go up and to the right 6 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And on that 6 flat, starting from the left side, we're going to mark the second to last block. So this one right here. Or the second block, not second to last, sorry. And then we're going to go to the ending of the 6 flat and continue by going up and to the right 4 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. So on this left side, you can see we clearly have 2 pieces marked out. We have this single that's floating that's marked, and we also have this second block in the 6 flat marked. We're going to come back to each of those. This one's going to actually help with filling in orange for the eyebrow, and this is going to help with the lines for the eye. Just want you to know, just so you can know what we're doing with those. Anyways, from this 4 flat, we're going to go up and to the right 2 flat. 1, 2. Up and to the right 3 singles. 1, 2, 3. Up and to the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Up and to the right 1 single. 1. And then we're going to follow the same pattern. You can see we have 2 vertical, 1 single. We're actually going to go 2 vertical, 1 single, then 2 vertical again. So we're going to just go 2, 1, 2 after this one right here. So up and to the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Up and to the right 1 single, and then up and to the right 2 vertical again. 1, 2. And if I zoom out, you can see we just have 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Going all the way to the top right here, we're going to add a 3rd block to the top of this 2 vertical, so like this. And from that new block to the top, we're going to add 1 to the right and 3 to the left. 1, 2, 3. We're then going to finish this eyebrow shape by going down into the left 2 flat 2 times in a row. So placement block on the bottom or left side. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2, and that connects to the wall. Perfect. Now what you can do is we can grab our orange concrete and go back to this 6 flat that we had and with the second block marked. And with the orange concrete, we're going to put 1 above it, like so. We're then going to go up into the left 2 vertical. 1, 2. And then on the opposite side of this coal, we're going to put another 2 orange concrete going straight up. 1, 2. And that actually clearly separates everything, believe it or not. We can now fill in everything to the left over here with orange on this eyebrow and everything to the right with yellow. So this should be about 3 segments of just orange concrete. You can see these 2 sections we had to separate, but this top part over here is actually kind of separated by the fold in his hair. So we can just color all of this in with orange and we are good to go. I'm going to just show you because it's pretty simple to do. And we're good. Now what we can do is go back down to the single we have marked, and since that's the only thing we have left to work with, we're going to jump down to it and we're going to put 2 pieces of coal to the left of it and 1 to the right. So 1, 2 on the right side, 1. Now what we're going to do is from the right side of this 4 flat we've just created, we're going to go up and to the right 9 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. From the second to last block on this 9 flat, so this one all the way on the right side right here, we're going to put 2 pieces of placement blocks underneath. 1, 2. And then we're going to put 1 coal underneath that, like so. From that 1 coal, we're going to add 3 to the left. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to use this to kind of start shaping out the upper eye, kind of like what we did on the right side. I'm going to start with the right side, then we're going to go to the left side, and then kind of just double back and thicken up the lines. So from the right side, we're going to go down into the right 2 flat, 3 times in a row. So placement block on the bottom or right side. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. 1, 2, that's 3. And then we can go back and delete these extra dirts. Down into the right 2 singles. 1, 2. Down into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Down into the right 4 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then finally down into our 2 vertical. 1, 2. And before we double back to do the left side, I think we can actually place some of the white concrete lines right here by going over to the, sorry about the background noise by the way. Let's see, where can we place the white concrete? We can't place the white concrete on this segment until we are done with the thickening, but we can kind of just cheat some of it. So if we backtrack from the 2 vertical to this 4 vertical we have right here, on the top 3 blocks in it, we can put 1 coal to the left of each. 1, 1, 1, like so. And then what we can do is from the 3 we just placed on the left side, we can switch over to our white concrete and go down into the left 6 vertical with the white concrete. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. As you can see, 6 concrete collected at the diagonal to the 3 vertical we just placed. Now let's go back up and do the left side from the 4 flat, and then we'll worry about thickening up the lines and then doing the white concrete and the rest of the eye. So from this 4 flat on the left side, we're going to go down into the left 2 flat, 1, 2, down into left 3 flat 2 times in a row, 1, 2, 3, that's 1, 1, 2, 3, that's 2, delete, delete, down into left 2 flat, 1, 2, down into left 1 single, down into left 2 flat again, 1, 2, down into left 4 singles now, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And now what we can do is actually worry about doubling back a little bit just to do some of the thickness. But before we do that, let's go to this bottom of this single right here and put white concrete below it, because it's just that simple to do. And then we can go back to thickening the line. And the way we're going to do that is you can see these 4 singles we have on the end. Going back to the top of it, let's go to this second to last one, so this one right here. And we're going to put 1 coal to the right and mark that. And similar what we did to the right side, we'll just mark everything as we go through this because you don't want to get lost. So we're going to go up into the right 2 flat 2 more times in a row. So 1, 2, that's 1, 1, 2, that's 2. You can see everything connected at the diagonal. Up into the right 1 single, and this is all with coal by the way. Up into the right 3 flat, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And if you're confident and this isn't your first rodeo with pixel art, you don't have to be marking things like I'm doing with the dirt right here. This is just for people who might be newer to kind of just see where things match up with the previous coals. Now we can fill in this gap right here, and then we can go up into the right 7 flat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and mark that. Down into the right 2 flat 2 times in a row, 1, 2, 1, 2. Down into the right 3 singles, 1, 2, 3. And that's actually it. Since we kind of cheated earlier and put this 3 vertical here, we don't have to go any further. We can now fill in these gaps and then start working with the whites. Perfect. So let's delete these dirt blocks now. And then go to the left side and we'll work with the white concrete. So if you need to change your inventory around, you can do that. We're going to work with the single we have on the left side instead of the 6 vertical we have on the right side. Alright, from this single white we have on this side, we're going to go down into the right 3 vertical, so place a block underneath. 1, 2, 3. Down into the right 2 vertical. 1, 2. Down into the right 3 vertical again. 1, 2, 3. And where does this actually switch over back into the coals? Because it's going to do that. Oh, okay, I can see it. Down into the right 2 singles now. 1, 2. And then down into the right 1 coal. So you can see it's transitioned back. From this coal, we're going to go down into the right 2 flat 4 times in a row with coal. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. 1, 2, that's 3. 1, 2, that's 4. And then we can delete these extra dirts right here. Down into the right 3 flat with coal. 1, 2, 3. Up into the right 4 flat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up into the right 2 flat 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. And now we're going to switch back to concrete. We're going to go up into the right 3 vertical. 1, 2, 3. Up and to the right 4 vertical, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you can see it met up with the other white concrete we had at the diagonals. That's perfect. We're actually done with the outline of it, and we can just worry about the pupil now. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to go back down to the bottom right here where we have this 3 flat all the way on the bottom, and we're going to work our way from up from that. So from this 3 flat, we're going to put 1 coal above each of these, so 1, 1, 1 like that. Then what we're going to do is, you can see we worked with the 3 flat on the bottom right here. We're going to go up and to the left from it 2 flat. And we already had the 2 flat there, by the way. We're not adding that. And on the left block in the 2 flat, we're going to put a coal above that. Then what we're then going to do is, we're from that single we just added above, we're going to go up and to the left 2 flat with coal. 1, 2. And I'm marking it just so you can see how we're thickening up the bottom of this. And from that 2 flat we just placed, we're going to go to the left block in it, and we're going to put 3 coals on top. 1, 2, 3. From that 3 vertical, we're going to go up and to the left 2 vertical. 1, 2. Up and to the left 5 vertical. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my god, that's really loud. Sorry about the background noise. We're then going to go to this middle block in the 5 vertical and mark it, kind of like what we did with the right eye, except we're not going to work with it yet. Instead, we're going to go to the top block and go up and to the right 2 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. Up and to the right 1 single. Up and to the right 2 flat 3 times in a row. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Down and to the right 2 flat. 1, 2. Down and to the right 2 singles. 1, 2. Down and to the right 2 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2. And in the next segment, we can actually go down into the right 7 vertical. So place a block underneath or to the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're really, really close to connecting this to the ground. So all we're going to do is go down and left 2 vertical 2 times in a row. 1, 2, that's 1. 1, 2, that's 2, and you're grounded. So now what we can do is go over to the left side where we had this middle block marked in the 5 vertical, and we can fill in the inner part of the pupil by putting 4 blocks of coal to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up and to the right 8 flat. 1, 2, whoops. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And from the 8 flat, we can go to this first block on the left side, and we're going to put 2 placement blocks underneath it. 1, 2. And then 2 coals underneath that. 1, 2, like so. And then also from the 8 flat, we can go to the right side all the way over here and put a placement block underneath or to the right side of it, so we can connect it to the wall by going down into the right 3 flat. 1, 2, 3. Now going to this 2 vertical we have floating right here, we're going to do the same thing we did to the right eye. This top block is going to get 7 blocks to the right of it, I want to say. So let's try that out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And on the final block, we're going to put 1 underneath it. On the left side, we're going to go down into the right 2 flat. 1, 2. On the right side, we're going to go down into the left 2 flat. 1, 2. And then we're going to join this center by going down into the right on the left side 2 flat. Or just going down into the left 2 flat on the right side. I don't know if I even said that correctly, but you can see the shape right here. Just double check visually with your eyes and don't get messed up. Now before we end, you can see on the right side we have these 3 lines in between the eyebrow and the eye. I want to fill those in on the left side because I kind of missed them. So what we're going to do is where we have the thickness of the line, we're going to go all the way on the right side over here where we had the 4 singles. And what we're going to do is on this 4th single all the way on the top, we're going to put 5 pieces of placement block on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a coal. And from that coal, we're then going to put 1 to the left. And then we're going to go down into the left 4 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. Now going to the right side of the thickening of the lines, If you can just see the outer shape right here, we should have this 2 vertical, 2 singles, and then 2 flat over here on the edge perimeter. And what we can do is from this top block into 2 singles right here, we can put 4 pieces of placement block on top. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me zoom out so if you need to see it. And on top of that 4th block, we can put a piece of coal and work with that. From that coal, we can go down into the right, 5 singles. 1, 2, 3, 4, whoops, 4, and 5. Perfect. Now from this bottom block all the way on the end right here, all we're going to do is put 2 placement blocks on top. 1, 2. 2 coals on top of that. 1, 2. And the final step is just on this top block, we're going to go up into the left 1 single. And on this bottom block, we're going to go down into the right 1 single. Perfect. Now I know this part was a lot longer than people wanted it to be, but we needed to do this one this long, just so that way in the next part all we have to do is the hair bits and the nose and the jacket, and even that still might be a little bit too long. But I just wanted to make sure that we had an extended part like this, just so that we can make sure that this is all done in one more part. Hopefully you guys were able to enjoy this. If you are, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more pixel art content. This is Phoenix, and as always, I'll see you guys later.